What's up, everyone? Today I am flying the GEPRC Vapor-D5, and if you look at this drone and you've seen other drones online, you know that the antennas here are a lot taller. I just bought some antennas off of Amazon because I'm not going to be using this for freestyle, I don't believe, but I think that the taller antennas would definitely help with long range stuff. So we're gonna do some testing. We're gonna be flying this around this beautiful park out here in Oahu, and it's a good time to fly because there's no one here yet. Everyone starts to come probably after work so maybe 5 to 6 p.m. People do activities here and everything. So we're gonna fly this, see how it feels. I have a good amount of batteries that I'm gonna be using today. I have a bunch of batteries actually that you'll see, and yeah, we're just gonna see how it flies, see how it feels. But I am very excited to be flying this drone. I did have a 5-inch Nazgul 5 before, and this is very reminiscent of that drone. I did have a Flywoo Explorer as well, though I did lose it while I was flying long range into the mountains over at Windward, and I lost them to the haiku stairs. It was a very beautiful drone, and that flight that I lost it at was a very beautiful flight, but you know, I made a mistake of losing line of sight. It is what it is. Thankfully, my kind of flying is away from a lot of people with these kinds of drones, so I don't know what happened to it. All I know is that it's somewhere near the haiku stairs on the side of a mountain, and that's so unfortunate because the 04 air unit on that drone is kind of hard to come by nowadays. If you've been involved in any of the forums online or have seen any news in terms of DJI, you know that they're not in the United States right now, and it's really hard to get any of these 04 Air Unit Pros. I did get this on Amazon and it came fairly quickly. I just want to be very careful with the Air Unit because I do plan on using it on the other drones that I'm going to be reviewing because it's my only one. But yeah, we're gonna fly the drone around, see how it flies, and yeah, go from there. If you're curious, this is how I am connecting two batteries together. I bought this on Amazon, fairly cheap, less than $10, I believe. It's an XT60 connector. Two of them go together in parallel and connect to the drone through this one. For the batteries, I have 4 6S 1300 milliamp LiPo batteries right over here. So with these, I think I'm going to fly one together. So this would be 2,600 combined. And then I would fly these separately. Now, I have a 4S. I have 3 4S 1550 milliamp LiPo batteries. These are 4S again. I'm going to put 2 of them together, and then I'm going to fly one on its own. And then over here, I have 2 Lion 3000 milliamp 4S packs. I use these on my Flywoo Explorer, and these are XT30, so I have a converter to XT60. So with the Flywoo Lion 3000 milliamp, we are just at 207, and that's including the converter that I'm using. They're 200 on their own, 207 with the converter. For the 4S pack, we are at 178 grams. This is the 1550 4S. For the beefy 1300 6S, we are at 210. So this one weighs the least. This is in the middle. This is the most heavy. We're gonna start with the Funfly 1300 6S and then go from there, since this is my first time flying. Okay, so this is what the drone's gonna look like. I got the 1300 on there. I wrapped the ND filter with electrical tape on the unit because it keeps falling off. If you buy it from like Flywoo or Beta FPV, that's been my experience. They just fall off. Camera butter hasn't fallen off. If you want ND filters, I recommend you buy them from Camera Butter. So first battery, here we go. Armed. Ooh, this battery is pretty crazy. Yeah, and for sure the wind. I can feel the wind. Let's turn GPS rescue. It's gonna fly up. And then make its way back. Fire. Everything looks like it's working accordingly. Okay, let's do some loop-de-loops. Loop around the... Oh, that is a lot of power. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. Like, if I were just to cruise around, it'd be pretty solid. Again, I'm not really using this to freestyle. It's more so just cruising around. I didn't want to get a 7-inch because I feel like those are like even crazier. I did have a 5-inch Nazgul 5 before. It was analog, but now that we have digital systems, it makes it a lot easier to just you know, fly around and cruise without having to worry about the signal. I can feel the wind for sure. Let's do it. That's pretty cool. That did drop the voltage a little bit. She's a screamer for sure if you're pushing it. It does feel pretty light. I think this battery is pretty good for what it is. It does feel really light though. I could tell that the wind is pushing me a bunch though. Yeah. She's screaming for sure. And the inputs do feel pretty good. I'm pretty adapted to it. Again, I'm not really trying to freestyle, but I mean, this is what the quad is meant for. If you want to do long range, I'm about like 5 minutes in, pretty easy on the throttle, and I still have like 3.7 volts per cell. Let's do a little hover test. Pretty steady hover at like 22. Yeah, pretty steady. It would be nice to have some gates here to go through, but I don't have any of that. Okay, still 3.6, 3.5. This battery is lasting pretty long too. Yeah, this battery is pretty good. I kind of don't want to test the 4S batteries anymore because like this is solid. The amount of flight time I'm getting too, I'm not really even pushing it. I'm not really doing any freestyle maneuvers too. Like, this is really good. Again, this is a 1300 milliamp battery. Okay, I might land right now. I feel like this is pretty good. 3.5. And there's still some juice left if you want to go down to like 3.3. But if I'm right, like about 8 minutes and 30 seconds of flight time. This is really good. So we're gonna head back now. Oh, 740. That's pretty good. Okay. I think I might change that setting. I hate the little beeper on it. Well, I'm gonna go back in beta flight. I'm gonna change the settings real quick. I have my ROG Ally, so I can do that. And then I'm gonna put 2 of these, so it's 2600, 6S, and we'll see how that flies. It's definitely gonna be heavier, 200 grams heavier, but I'm curious to see how it's gonna fly. Okay, it took me a little bit of time, but I figured it out on how to get the batteries on there. I was thinking about stacking them side to side or one on top of the other, but I don't have a strap that is that big enough. So instead of doing that, I have them side by side, just like that. This is the best that I'm gonna be able to do. Hopefully they don't fall out. It doesn't look like it'll fall out, but that's that. They're in parallel and then they'll be connected on there. So I feel like it should have, what, 15 minutes of flight time with this one. Let's turn GPS rescue on. See what it does. Okay, that seems to work pretty well. It does feel heavier for sure. I kind of don't want to do any tricks with it just because of the batteries. But I can definitely feel the weight on here. Let's give a little push towards with the wind. Yeah, that's heavy. That is really heavy. Let's try against the wind. Yep, that's heavy. It's definitely carrying a load, so you can definitely feel the weight. It does feel more stable though because I'm dealing with the wind. With the wind. I feel like I have more control over it, but it does feel sluggish and a bit slow. It is pretty gusty right now too. So earlier it was like 22 to stay higher. Let's try 22. Yeah, it's falling down, so my throttle has to be at like 24 for it to stay up. No, maybe like 24, 25. Let's give it a little push again. Yeah. So you could definitely feel the weight with this one. Oh, the wind is blowing pretty hard too though, so that could also be a factor. But if we're just going around, cruising around downtown, but yeah, I do feel the weight. It is heavier for sure. I don't think you'd want to do any acrobatic moves with this one. Let's do a punch out. That one was okay. But yeah, you could definitely feel the weight. I feel like this would be good though if you wanted to be more stable going somewhere, because it's a little heavier. But yeah, let's try to go. Well, I need to see my line of sight. Okay, I feel like we could go into the mountain real quick. See how that is. Let's give it a punch out. It is fairly windy though. Yeah, I'm going against the wind right now. It feels pretty impossible. So we're gonna head back. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure this out though, like, it is for sure a lot more heavier. And I'm kind of worried, especially going against the wind. .7 volts. It doesn't feel like there's a true benefit to the way this is flying right now in comparison to the lighter battery. Six minutes. Still pretty good on the battery though. But yeah, like, I don't know, this is kind of ass. Especially with the flight time too. And we're not really doing any crazy maneuvers either. Let's do GPS rescue again. Oh, it's going hella high. Eight minutes. Actually, this is decent. I don't think we're gonna get the whole 15 minutes out of here, but yeah, it'd probably be better just to do 2 runs of 7 minutes instead of this. Let's manage our throttle a little bit here. Whoa, a lot of wind. Okay, we're just about at 3.6 still, towards the lower end. Okay, just about 10 minutes, so get what, like an extra 3 minutes of flight. Yeah, you're definitely pushing a lot more weight. So I do have one more 6S battery, another, what is it called, another 1300. So we're gonna fly that and then go from there. Okay, let's get it. Yeah, it definitely feels so much smoother. A lot smoother. And it just feels like if I get into a sticky situation, I'll be able to maneuver a lot better than with the heavier battery. That was a good punch out. Okay, let's we are going against the wind, but it should be able to suffice. Let me just face this way a little bit. Okay. I want to see. Okay. Let's go to 700 milliwatt. I wonder why there's no 1000 milliwatt. Very interesting. Do I still have line of sight? Yes, yes I do. I did come up here with the Flywoo Explorer just to see how it would be, and it was nice. Let's test out the GPS rescue. It's gonna go up, turn back around, and then head back towards us. Ooh, those RX losses are a little scary. Oof, okay. I wonder why it's doing that. We are pretty high. So let's take back control. Go back down. That's kind of scary when I lose telemetry, so I'm gonna try and troubleshoot what that is. GPS rescue works pretty well, but that's also because we're going with the wind. If we were going against the wind, I think it would struggle to return her home. Yeah, this is pretty standard. I'm getting about the same amount of flight time too. Obviously, if you push it more, you're gonna use a lot more of the battery, and that flight time is gonna go down lower. But yeah, I feel like you'd be able to go up and down a mountain with ease. But you wouldn't have time to, like, you know, just figure it out on, like, figure out, oh, okay, like, you need to plan. What I mean, sorry, I'm like rambling right now. What I mean is you're gonna have to plan out your route so that you know what you're doing, because I think this is kind of like an out and back situation since these are LiPos. And like about at 7 minutes is when I'm gonna want to land. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. I just had a conversation with one of the dudes walking by, but yeah, pretty cool. Had a nice conversation with him. I told him, like, I'm trying to do this safely and not when there's hella people, so that's why I'm going right now. But yeah, let's put on the 4S. The 4S. We're gonna put 2 on there. We'll see how that goes. I think with these I can actually stack them together. Okay. Also, this is 3,000 milliamps of 4S battery. Each one is 1550, but I guess it's, what is it? It's 3,100, but I'll just say it's a 3,000 milliamp 4S. You gonna watch it? Okay, we got a little audience. Hopefully this one works out well. Yeah, this one is pretty smooth too. Let's put it in air mode. It's definitely a lot slower, a little bit more sluggish, but yeah, it should be okay. It doesn't scream as loud as the 6S either, but yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, this one's definitely a lot slower too. But yeah, if you want to use 4S batteries on this, you can. You just I mean, you won't feel the punch out as much, and it'll feel a little bit sluggish, but it is definitely possible to use 4S batteries on here. Let's see your throttle. Yeah, you gotta hold the throttle up a lot more. I feel like there's something attacking my leg right now. I honestly don't think we're gonna get more than 10 minutes on this one either. Yeah, this one's smooth. I think with 2 of these, I do have them in parallel. I think we're gonna get like 7 minutes out of it if we land at like 3.5 volts per cell. Might as well land now. But so 2 batteries on here. We're gonna get about 8 minutes on this 4S. This one is pretty solid. 8 minutes, pretty smooth. We do still have a little bit more juice, but let's land it now. That way I don't have to really charge it up tomorrow. Yeah, that one was interesting. I didn't know it would only fly for, well, it would be about the same. Just I don't feel the input as much. Yeah, that one was all right. If you want to use 4S on this, you can. Next up, we're going to test out one of them on its own. We're going to test out one of these 1550s on their own and see how that is. Okay, everything looks good. Let's get it up in the air. Yeah, I could definitely feel that it's a little bit lighter for sure. Let's see our throttle. What would our throttle have to be at? Like 35-ish? Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, we'll freestyle with this one, but be careful with the freestyling. This one definitely feels a lot looser. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with my tricks, but I'll be a little careful because I don't want to fuck up a drone I just bought. I see a child swinging, so I'm gonna stay away from them. We'll stay on this side. Yeah, little freestyle with this one. Definitely if I'm pushing it, battery's gonna not last that long either. Let's do another punch out on this tree. Okay, we're at 3.5. I think that's a good time to stop. Yeah, That's pretty solid. I think for the next one, we're just gonna cruise around. Freestyling these 4Ss are really fun though. They're really, really fun. And I feel like even though they're not as punchy as the 6S, they're still pretty fun. So if you want to do a little bit of freestyle stuff, I guess you could do that with the 4S on this 6S drone. I only brought 3 of these. I did buy 4 of them. Actually, I fucked up because I bought them on Newbie Drone. I ended up buying these before I bought the 6Ss. Both of these are from Newbie Drone. I bought these thinking that they were 6S batteries because when you filter on Newbie Drone's website, these pop up and I didn't read it. It does say 4S, but I didn't read it and I thought they were 6S batteries. So when I came home from work on, I think it was Wednesday, I was super hyped, opened them up. I was like, damn, are these 6Ss? And then I read it, that's a fucking 4S battery. So I was going to return them, but they have a 30% restocking fee. At that point, I might as well just keep it because I do have 4S quads coming in. So what I have left are these 2 Flywoo Lion batteries. And so these are heavy boys. I think what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna fly 1 each because these are pretty heavy, and from testing the 6S in parallel, that shit was heavy as fuck on the drone. So I want to see what kind of performance we can get out of this. I feel like it's going to be about the same though, maybe like 10 to 15 minutes of flight time. But you can discharge them all the way to like 3 volts to 8 volts. Okay, let's get it. This does feel a lot smoother. For whatever reason, it's already at 3.6 volts. But I think that's just the way that Lions are. Yeah, you definitely don't want to push this too hard. But it does look like it's using up a lot of energy already. We're already at like 3.6 volts sustained. Let's do another punch out. Yeah, that one's gonna kill the battery for sure. So definitely would want to be careful with this battery on a 6S quad. Getting that low battery too. Let's see what the hover is. 35? About 35, yeah. But yeah, I don't think I would want to use some Lions on this. At least 4S. I don't think I'd want to use a 4S Lion on this. I don't think there's enough power. And if you're on the top of a mountain with this, I think it'll just drain. And drain and drain, and that's a little sketchy. So at least for now, I think, you know, 4S Lion should stay on a 4S drone for sure. Because watch this punch out, and I'm not even doing a lot, and that just drained it by a good amount. Yeah. It's interesting, like the way that the battery technology works when using a Lion versus LiPo. I do have a Pavo 20 Pro bind and flay, kind of. It's I do have to put this O4 air unit on there, but I do want to test that out like tomorrow and see how that one flies. And that's just a 3S one. But yeah, this one I do not trust using a 4S Lion on. Yeah, I think easily, I mean, I'm just doing the math right now. I think you can get easily 10 minutes out of this, but I don't think it's reliable in terms of like getting out of sticky situations or going on top of a mountain and then trying to recover. You definitely want to stick with 4S LiPos if that's all you have versus the Lions, the 4S Lions, or you would want 6S batteries for sure. And I do need to change that low voltage warning. Yeah, that's not too bad, but I don't think I would fly this one. Personally, I would not fly this one. And I don't have a solution right now because I don't think GEPRC has like an app to connect to the flight controller. So I'm using my ROG Ally to configure on Betaflight. Okay, so this is the last battery that we are going to be using. So we're just doing some light cruising on this battery. I don't want to push it too hard on anything. And there we are, we're going against the wind again. And it's kind of ass, but... And then we're going to go with the wind. I could feel the speed for sure. Yeah, this isn't the most interesting video, but I did want to test it out. Let's see how it goes with return to home. Press it. Well, let's be careful. I hear like I hear something. Okay, let's do it. Return to home. Okay, I am gonna back off of that. This is so beautiful though. Like, look at that. I didn't realize that University of Hawaii has so many fields. but that is a good amount. It's really awesome how you can see Diamond Head from here too. It's really cool. And it's getting windy again. So we're gonna go down. Yeah, I feel like, okay, I backtrack on what I've been saying, but I think if you're just cruising around, exploring with this drone and with this battery, so a 3000 milliamp Li-on 4S battery, I think it's fine to just explore places that you want to see if you're just like gallivanting. Like, there's no issue about that. I wonder if I go here, if I'll start losing signal. Not really. But yeah, this is cool. Oh, there we go. We're behind this thing. It's getting a little congested here. Okay, let's back off. Let's go back into our field. Let's see, let's run full throttle. Yeah, that's so ass. But it's okay. I'm not expecting much from this battery. Again, if you want to explore and you're not really doing any crazy maneuvers, I think it's fine to use a 4S Li-on. If you can get your hands on 6S, I mean, that's the way to go. Of course, there's gonna be a price difference though. Like, I think with these 3000 milliamp Li-on batteries from Flywoo, the 4S, it was, I think, $32. I think if you get a 3000 milliamp 6S Li-on, it'll be maybe close to double that, or one half the price. This park does get used pretty often, especially towards the PM. So around like 5 p.m., 6 p.m., more people will start to come in and play stuff. So I don't really have that much leeway to test the drone out. Are these... What's on the floor right now? I did see people trying to get the fruits off this tree earlier. we were very close to ending this battery's lifespan, so let's go around. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you're just flying around like this at a park, you might as well get a Cinewhoop or any type of whoop so that, you know, it's more protected, and if you're flying around other people or you hit something, it'll be, you know, just a little bit better for everyone involved, including your drone. I've been doing the same loop on this tree. Maybe I should try the other way. Let me go around. I'll do another loop this way this time. Yeah, this battery's gonna get killed, so I think we can hit like the 10-minute mark, but I'm pretty impressed. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty impressed. If you're gonna gallivant again, you can use this 4S Lion, it'd be fine. But if you get pushed around and everything, it's gonna be a lot harder to recover. Let's go around. And 10 minutes, as I said, so we're gonna end that there, and then yeah, call it a fucking day. So I mean, I love this drone already. I think I enjoy it a lot more than the Flywoo Explorer. Very fun, very fun. One last thing was I think after the second battery that I used, one of the people walking by, they're just walking in to get like their steps and, you know, exercise. They stopped me. They were past this fence, and then they were like, "Hey, like, oh, like that toy of yours, how like fast can it go?" And then like I was telling them like, "Oh, like this isn't really a toy. It's like, you know, it's a little dangerous, and you got to be a little careful." And I did my remote pilot license exam just to like, you know, get more informed about it and everything. But it was really cool because he wasn't, you know, I feel like when we're flying these drones, we have this preconception that there's gonna be a Karen and they're gonna be yelling at you and they're gonna just be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" and all that shit. But I feel like so far, at least in Hawaii, I've had some really good experiences with, you know, people saying, "Oh, like that's really cool, like how fast can it go?" All of that. It's been really interesting because, you know, my preconception is that they're gonna yell at me and they're gonna get pissed and they're gonna tell me to like fuck off. But yeah, I've only had like 2 interactions of, you know, goodness here in Hawaii with people like stopping me, telling me, or talking to me about the drone and everything. So on my end, mentally, I mean, I'm still like afraid, and, you know, I want to find the right times to fly it, like right now, because there's like no one here. Obviously people are coming in now because the sun is going down and it's less hot, but I want to do my best not to like interfere with other people. And, you know, it just becomes more dangerous when there's a lot more people involved, especially around where you're flying. Thankfully for me, I'm just testing around here, and with a bigger drone, I'm not going to be using that at a fucking playground. I'm going to do my tests here and then that's that. But with this 5-inch drone, I think I'm really just going to be using that to do surfing, mountain surfing, and getting like some really awesome shots where there's less people, because it just to me, like, it just gets more dangerous when you're using a bigger drone without props just like that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go back home and probably charge up these batteries and start moving the 04 Pro Air unit into my Pavo 20 Pro because I only have one. Yeah, pretty solid Saturday. But yeah, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.